Virtual influencers are computer-made characters that look like people. Some look like real people, while others look like cartoons. Barbie is an example of a cartoonish virtual influencer. Even though they're not very common yet, they're becoming more popular. Virtual influencers like Magalu and Lil Miquela have millions of followers on Instagram. Virtual influencers are also referred to as digital avatars, CG models, or digital characters. And while they don't exist in the physical world with us, they live very full lives on social media. How do virtual influencers work? Virtual influencers are created and managed by their creators. The creators are the ones who put in the work creating the backstories, growing followers on social media platforms, and overall marketing the virtual influencers. Their creators build these virtual influencers to meet their own needs and specifications, from what they look like, to what they wear, to how they behave. And of course, they also manage the relationships and collaborations. How do virtual influencers benefit brands? Virtual influencers are becoming increasingly popular with brands, and for good reason. For starters, it's usually much easier to fix mistakes when dealing with virtual influencers rather than a real person. Plus, no breaks, and no worrying that your instructions will be interpreted incorrectly. Some brands find virtual influencers so appealing that they've created digital characters of their own, like Liv, a virtual ambassador for the Renault automotive brand. As technology continues to advance, these virtual influencers will become more and more realistic. But for now, the fact that virtual influencers are clearly not human doesn't seem to bother brands like Coach, Dior, Balenciaga, Prada, or any of the other brands that have already joined forces with virtual stars like Lil Miquela. Here are the top 5 virtual influencers for 2024. The first virtual influencer is Shudu Magalu. Shudu Magalu is a virtual influencer created by the Brazilian retail company Magazine Luiza. Shudu Magalu's influence extends beyond social media, as she has appeared in television commercials and other marketing campaigns, solidifying her status as a leading virtual influencer in Brazil. The next virtual influencer is Lil Miquela. Lil Miquela is a virtual robot model who has worked with some of the top fashion brands like Prada, Dior, and Calvin Klein. She also released one single, Not Mine, in 2017 and debuted her first music video, Hard Feelings. She was created by Brud, a startup based in Los Angeles. The third virtual influencer is Gugimon. Superplastic, the world's leading creator of animated synthetic celebrities, apparel, and designer toys, owns this naughty bunny. Originally from Montreal, Canada, Gugimon first made his appearance in June 2019. You might recognize him as one of Steve Aoki's hype stars. The next virtual influencer is Nunuri. Nunuri was created by Jörg Zuber, the founder of Opium Effect, a creative agency in Munich, Germany. She has taken the fashion industry by storm and has worked with the majority of top luxury fashion brands that include Lacoste, Versace, and Bulgari. And one cannot forget Shudu Graham. She is the world's first supermodel virtual influencer. She was created by photographer Cameron James Wilson. Shudu is an Instagram model with flawless dark skin. She has a large fan following on Instagram. After keeping her identity secret for 1 year, Cameron finally revealed that she is not a real person, which left the people around the world in a state of shock. Inspired by a Barbie doll named Princess of South Africa, Shudu represents all the dark-skinned real-life models. Her beauty is so striking and perfect that you just can't take your eyes off her. Isn't she magnificent? You might be curious why people like virtual influencers. Well, using virtual influencers is not very common in influencer marketing yet. So if you choose the right digital character, it can help your brand stand out from others on Instagram and TikTok. What's more, digital content can be made quickly these days, which is why it keeps being successful. If you're worried that your audience won't like the artificial content, think about the characters and stories you've liked before. We enjoy hearing and telling stories. We all want to express ourselves, and a virtual influencer is just another way to do that.